He's never fought us. Not us united.
Die. Oh! I can so see that. That's it. Welcome to Comics League. I'm your host, Jared, and today I got a very special little discussion for you guys today. So I saw Spider-Verse and loved it first off, and I wanted to do a video in case any of you go and see that movie and decide, hey, I want to check out like the Miles Morales comics and the Gwen comics, but I don't know where to start. So in the grand tradition of Comics League, I decided I'm going to make a video basically outlining this is where you start if you want to start reading Gwen or Miles. And these are trades that you can find for fairly cheap on Amazon or like at your LCS. I guarantee you they will have them particularly now. I'm going to start with Spider-Gwen. We're going to do the Edge of the Spider-Verse. It's this Amazing Spider-Man Edge of the Spider-Verse trade. And this contains the first appearance of Gwen Stacy, where you get like a lot of her backstory, the way her universe is different and such. It also has the interaction between her father and her, where she basically goes, my mask is my badge. That whole interaction that is straight up from this, like straight up panel to screen. And I was very surprised when I started reading this after watching the movie, and I was like, oh wow, so that's Gwen. And then you can just go from here, just start here, and then you can go as far as you want with Spider-Gwen. Now for Miles, for this version of Miles, for the version of Miles in the movie, because he's from Earth 1610, I would go with the Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, which just is picking up after the conclusion of the Peter Parker story. Because remember, in the Ultimate Universe, okay, so in Marvel, in the early 2000s, there was this thing called the Ultimate Comics, which was it was an alternate continuity running parallel to the main Marvel 616 universe. And the idea was, let's start fresh, that we can get a new generation of comic book readers on the book, so it's less stuff you have to read in order to understand the characters. So Bendis launched Ultimate Spider-Man, and it did really well. This was back before Bendis had, in my opinion, sort of a quality dip when it came to books. So like he was hitting home runs left and right, and he wrote the entire Ultimate Spider-Man run. At the end of that Ultimate Spider-Man run, spoiler alert, Peter Parker dies, much like in the Into the Spider-Verse movie. So Peter Parker dies, and there's like I hesitate to say power vacuum when it comes to Spider-Man, but I guess I'll go with that. That's where Miles Morales comes in. He's bitten by a spider, and he has similar powers to Peter, but not the same. And he goes through this whole journey saying, he even goes up to Gwen Stacy, because Gwen's alive in this universe after being cloned. And he goes, well, why was Peter Spider-Man? And what's with the mask? And she basically said, because it looked cool and all that stuff. But the point is, he goes through this whole journey discovering himself being Spider-Man. And it takes the female clone of Spider-Man, who gives him his suit and says, no, you're going to be this world. You're going to be Spider-Man now. You are officially Spider-Man. And this was when Miles was the best. Because here's the thing. Miles works best in a world without Peter, because having two Spider-Men just doesn't work. And you could say, well, the Spider-Verse movie, but they're still in his universe. And in the universe, they always say, I'm the one and only Spider-Man. And that works. In the other universe, it doesn't work for many reasons. Number one, because confusion. But second off, because it also makes Peter look like an idiot. Here's what I mean. Because because there are so many stories. Because what you have to realize is that Peter is like a relatively short distance away from Miles. And a web swing would just allow him to like fly over really fast. And all these stories that Peter gets the absolute snot kicked out of him You're telling me Miles, he wouldn't call Miles, hey, I need some backup, buddy, because 2 spider people would really be able to overcome this issue. But I guess not. But anyway, this is where I would start if you want to start reading Miles Morales. Now, there are stuff in the 616 universe, because remember, after Secret Wars, they brought him in. But honestly, if you want pure Miles Morales, closest as he is in the movie, I would go with Ultimate Comics Volume 1, as a matter of fact. And you don't have to read the entire Ultimate Spider-Man run to understand this, because they catch you up pretty much. I think you'll be fine if you just pick up this trade. So in conclusion, remember, these 2 trades, this one for Gwen Stacy, and again, it is the Edge of the Spider-Verse trade. And then we have the Ultimate Comics Spider-Man Miles Morales by Brian Michael Bendis. There you go. These 2 are the best jumping on points for these 2 characters. And then you can just go through to the far winds, and follow down that rabbit hole however long you want. So that's where I'm going to leave it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any Miles Morales or Gwen or Spider-Gwen comics that you think are important to read to understand the characters and such, or if I miss certain trades, if you think a good jumping on point is a different trade or a different story arc, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to highlight those. Anyway, stay heroic, everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.